Welcome to MCCT, Microcrawler Capability Test. That's where we test and compare the driving performance and capability of micro trucks and microcrawlers from 1 to 18th to 1 to 24th scale. Trucks in stock condition as well as highly modified and upgraded ones. The trucks have to pass through 10 different tests. We'll get either points for their results or their performance will be graded, and the final scores will reveal the most capable microcrawlers. We check their climbing ability, descent performance, their tilt angle, their performance in overcoming easy and difficult obstacles, and their low speed modulation and low speed driving performance. Check the description for details of tests, scores, and mode of grading. Now let's start and present this episode's test trucks. In MCCT episode 21, we will test the Axial SCX24 2021 Ford Bronco. The SCX24 Ford Bronco has a wheelbase of 132 mm, a weight of 304 grams, and runs on Nitto Trail Grappler MT tires with 52 by 18 mm. It has a 2S LiPo with 350 mAh and a 0-30 motor with 88T. We will compare the SCX24 Bronco to all 37 trucks tested so far, and especially to all 5 other SCX24 models: the Deadbolt, the Chevy, the Betty, the Gladiator and the Jeep Wrangler, which have been tested in MCCT episode 1. The Ford Bronco does have a hard body. All the other SCX24 models do have soft plastic bodies and are therefore much lighter. And now let's see how the SCX24 Bronco can climb. Test 1. Climb on a smooth surface, 45 degree. Normally an easy job, but the SCX24 Bronco is not able to do 45 degrees. For every degree more it would get 1 point. First time in MCCT history, a truck is not able to climb 45 degrees on a rough surface. It can do 44 degrees, but that's not enough. So only 0 points in test 1 for the SCX24 Bronco. All other SCX24s were able to climb at least 50 degrees without problem, and comparing the Bronco to all 37 trucks tested so far, it takes the last place 38, only 44 degrees. That's a big disappointment. Let's check it on a smooth surface. Test 2, climb on a smooth surface. Same story. 45 degrees too much. The Bronco can climb 44 degrees only. Again, only 0 points here. Again, all other SCX24s were clearly better. And again, only the 38th and last place out of all trucks tested so far. So now let's see how it can go down, stop, and go up in reverse again. Test 3. 45 degrees. And those are no problem here for the SCX24 Bronco. Easy job. It can even do 48 degrees. Going down, stop, up in reverse again. 49 degrees. Will it be? Yes. It can even do 49 degrees. And 50 degrees, it falls. Second try. Come on, no. 50 degrees are too much. So 49 degrees and 2 points for the Bronco at test 3. Descent. And here it's in line with the other SCX24s, even better than the Deadbolt. Only the Gladiator is clearly better. And out of 38 trucks tested so far, the Bronco takes a shared 20th place. And now let's test its tilt angle. (32.4 to the left). and 32.8 to the right only. Those are only 0.2 points to the left and 0.4 points to the right. Those are super poor results. All other SCX24s are way better. And also, out of the 38 trucks tested so far, only the Rock Hoppy Firehorse had even poorer tilt angles than the SCX24 Bronco, but all other 36 trucks were way better. So place 37, really poor, super poor result of the SCX24 Bronco. But now let's check how it can climb. Test number 6, the flat side of the hill of branches. A very easy test. But the SCX24 Bronco is in troubles. Really struggling. Super hard, and seems not to be able to climb this easy incline. There was only one truck so far that was not able to climb this simple step, the RGT1224's Defender, and the SCX24 Bronco also does seem not to be able to climb it. Unbelievable. Such an easy task. But after countless tries, it finally succeeds to climb it one time. But this was really poor. And here in test 6, it does only get 0.2 points out of 2 points. Why only 0.2 points? The ECX Barrage gained only 0.5 points here. This was the truck with the poorest count, but the RGT1224 Defender. And we watched the video again. The Barrage was way better. No chance of tipping over. It only had problems with speed and with the tires. So if the Barrage will get 0.5 points, the SCX24 Bronco has to get way less and gets only 0.2 points here. And all other SCX24s didn't have any problems at all at test number 6 and gained 2 points. Test number 7, the steep side of the hill of branches. Probably the most difficult test of MCCT. The SCX24 Bronco was hardly able to climb the flat side of this hill. So zero chance to do the steep and difficult side. So 0 out of 10 points at test 7, the steep side of the hill of branches. All other SCX24s were able to climb the steep side of the hill of branches. Test number 8, the flat side of the hill of pebblestones. And surprisingly, no problem at all for the SCX24 Bronco to climb this obstacle. So 2 out of 2 points here at test number 8, as all the other SCX24s had gained. Test number 9, the steep side of the hill of pebblestones. Super difficult, but the Bronco performed quite well on the flat side of the hill of pebblestones. However, on the steep side, it is in troubles. Countless tries. But finally, no chance, not even close
it wasn't even able to do only the first step. So only 0 points here at test 9 and all the other SCX24s, but the Gladiator were able to do the steep side of the hill of Pebblestones. And to the last test of MCCT, low speed performance modulation. The SCX24 Bronco has the V2 electronics, so really good low speed modulation compared to the old V1 electronics. Also by far not as loud, hardly hearable, slightly little bit of whining, but we do not judge noise here anyway. For a ready to run truck, this is really good, and it gets 3 out of 5 points for this, as all of the other SCX24 with V2 electronics. And here is the final score of MCCT episode 21 SCX24 Ford Bronco. All 10 tests and all points gained, and we see the Bronco has really poor results. Only in test 3 and in test 8, the descent and the flat side of the hill of Pebblestones, it had quite normal results, and in test 10, low speed performance modulation. So these are really disappointing poor results here compared to the results of all other SCX24s. The Bronco does have a hard body, is heavier, and it was clear that it wouldn't perform as well as the other SCX24 models, but it was not clear that its performance is that poor. Only 7.8 points as a total, while all the other SCX24s had at least 35 points and the Betty even more than 51 points. And compared to all 38 trucks tested so far, the SCX24 Bronco takes only 37th place, and only one truck showed even poorer results. Here in more detail, this truck was the RGT Defender, but it even has more points than the SCX24 Bronco. However, the RGT Defender wasn't able to do 3 tests, failed 3 tests, and the Bronco failed only 2 tests, the steep side of the hill of Pebblestones and the steep side of the hill of Branches, and that brings its 37th place, but 7.8 points. That's the poorest count of all 38 trucks tested so far. Who would have thought this? The RGT Defender does even have a Lexan body, the Bronco does have a hard body, but there are a lot of hard body trucks which have been tested in MCCT, so only hard body does not count as an excuse. And that's it. But watch out for the next episode of MCCT. There are still a lot of trucks to be tested. MCCT will be back.